Hi, my name is Nick DeSilva with CREE, and welcome to Build a Light Seminar 2.0. Today we are going to retrofit an off-the-shelf halogen shop light using the CREE CXA product. Okay, let's go over the equipment and materials. First we have a shop light, halogen shop light, CXA 2540, electrical mechanical connector, assembly plate, heat sink, LED driver, some hardware, connectors, and some thermal interface material. We also have some basic hand tools, Phillips screwdriver, and wire strippers. Okay, let's get started. First, we're going to remove the screw from the front of the work light and open the face plate to access the internal components. We're going to remove the existing reflector by removing the single screw in the bottom inside of the housing. Okay, next let's remove the two screws from the halogen mounting bracket and cut and remove the existing halogen socket. Okay, let's strip approximately half an inch off the incoming AC wires. Okay, and that concludes the disassembly. Okay, let's assemble the light engine. First, we're going to apply some thermal interface material to the CXA by first removing the thin plastic layer from one side of the thermal interface material, then applying it to the back of the CXA. Be very careful not to touch the surface of the CXA. Okay, next we're going to remove the other piece of plastic film. Okay, and then we're going to insert it into the electrical mechanical connector. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to line up the plus on the CXA with the plus on the electrical mechanical connector. Then we're going to flip the connector over, insert the CXA, and we're going to gently push down and forward on the CXA until the part snaps into the connector. Okay, next step. Let's remove the protective film from the assembly housing and attach to the heat sink. Using two of the 632 Phillips head screw, let's line up the holes on the assembly plate and the heat sink. Let's line up the screw with the assembly plate and the heat sink and give it approximately 4 turns. Next, we're going to apply the electrical mechanical connector with the CXA onto the assembly plate. Line up the assembly holes on the electrical mechanical connectors with the screws on the assembly plate and insert and turn clockwise until the connector locks into place. Then gently slide the entire connector down to the assembly plate and just give it a nice, even and firm push down to make sure it's secured properly. Next, we can now go ahead and tighten the screws. Okay. Let's attach the thermal interface material to the assembly plate and the heat sink. First, we're going to remove one side of the plastic film and attach the thermal interface material to the top side of the assembly plate. I'm going to repeat the steps for the bottom side. Okay, and lastly, we're going to attach some thermal interface material to the bottom of the heatsink. Do not remove the other plastic layer on the back side at this time. Let's prepare the driver now. First, we're going to cut the gray, violet, and orange wire. You want to cut these wires as short as possible, since these wires will not be used in this application. Okay, let's attach the driver mounting tabs. Be sure to attach the tabs in the upper side positions. Using firm pressure, push on the raised portion of the bracket until it snaps in. Okay, next let's wire the driver to the electrical mechanical connector. Simply insert the red wire into the access hole and gently insert into the plus connector on the mechanical electrical connector. Okay, I'm going to repeat the steps for the black wire. Insert the wire into the access hole. And plug into the negative connector. Let's attach the driver to the assembly plate. Line up the mounting tabs on the driver with the screw holes on the mounting plate and insert two 632 screws using the lock nuts. Install and tighten the screws. Next, we're going to connect the black and white wire to the incoming AC wires on the shop light. Using the two connectors supplied, let's connect the white wire from the driver to the white wire on the incoming AC. Okay, and let's connect the black wire from the driver to the black wire on the incoming AC. Now we're going to remove the protective film from the other side of the thermal interface material. Don't forget to remove the protective film from the heatsink. And now we're going to gently move the wires and connectors to the side of the housing and insert the complete assembly into the housing. Okay, and finally, we're going to close the lid and tighten the Phillips head screwdriver, Phillips head screw. Okay, and that concludes our Build a Light Seminar 2.0. Let's light it up.